Hello, everyone. My name is Jamie Turo. I am marketing manager here at the Global Good Fund. I want to thank you all for being with us tonight. Before we get started, I wanted to quickly go over a few of the ways we'll be utilizing Zoom. Our co-founder and CEO, Carrie Rich, will run us through tonight's program. There are two buttons at the bottom of your Zoom window, and we want you to use them. If you have a question about anything you hear, pop it in the Q&A box at the bottom, and Carrie will field them at the end of our program. Along the way, we'll provide a few links and ask you all a few questions. Make sure to pop your answers in the chat box. And if you have any technical difficulties at all, feel free to chat me privately. And with that, I'm thrilled to introduce Carrie Rich.
Thank you, Jamie, and thanks to everyone for joining tonight. That was a very fun way to start. I'm glad actually no one saw my dance moves. I hope you all brought your Global Good Fund cocktail or mocktail to the event. I made the mocktail variety, so here's to you. Before we get started, I want everyone to head over to the chat box and let us know where in the world are you joining in from. Go ahead and tell us in the chat box, where in the world are you tonight? Wow, Sydney, Australia, Philly, Mexico, Quito, DC, LA, Maryland. Oh my goodness, this is all over the world. San Francisco, Florida, DC, Brooklyn, New York, India. We have New Delhi, India, Mumbai, Palm Beach, Massachusetts. Hi, Mom. DC, where I see Azerbaijan, Virginia. Wow, this is amazing. We are truly a global event here assembled tonight. We are joined by over 300 people from all over the world. As many of you know, tonight we were planning to meet in person for our Global Good Fund annual gala. And while I admit I'm a bit disappointed that we don't get to see you in person, I'm grateful that everyone on this call this evening is healthy and safe and that we can be together virtually. So welcome. Here's a little bit about what you can expect tonight. First off, we are going to keep this short and sweet. We know everyone has been on a lot of Zoom calls, and so we'll keep it short and fun. Over the next 30 minutes, we hope to do the following. First, for those of you who are new to the Global Good Fund, it is so great to connect with you. We hope that tonight you learn a little bit more about our work and why we do the work that we do and the impact that we have. For those of you who already know us, we want to give you an update about what the Global Good Fund has been up to in the face of COVID-19, how we've responded as an organization, and how we've supported the entrepreneurs that we're so privileged to serve. Third, we're going to share with you how you can engage and help us invest in the next generation of social entrepreneurs. And lastly, as Jamie mentioned, we truly want to hear from you. So go ahead and look at your Q&A box on the bottom of your screen. And throughout tonight's event, please type your questions there. So again, the bottom Q&A box on the bottom of your screen, you can type in your questions and I'll be responding to your questions later this evening. Also, if you haven't done so already, I invite all of you to download our virtual playbill, which you should have received an email earlier today. Our virtual playbill has more information about tonight's programs, our amazing sponsors, and the entrepreneurs we're able to support. And thanks to you, they're not only going to survive COVID-19, but thrive. So, how did we get here? How did we get to where we are tonight? 8 years ago, Knox Singleton and I co-founded the Global Good Fund. And we did that because we believed that high potential young leaders could truly change the world. We did that with the idea that if we could identify high potential young leaders and pair them with seasoned business mentors as well as executive coaches, that pairing could be a catalyst for social good. And we provide financial capital in the form of targeted philanthropy, as well as this mentoring and coaching support as a catalyst for a ripple effect to take place. We believe that if we invest in the individual entrepreneur, she or he will grow a social enterprise that exists to positively impact the world. That's why we developed the Global Good Fund Fellowship Program. And that's why for the last 8 years, we have been running our program virtually. And so in the face of COVID-19, the Global Good Fund is actually well poised to continue serving social entrepreneurs across the country and throughout the world. To date, the Global Good Fund has supported more than 130 leaders who have touched more than 8.5 million lives across 30 countries. These are leaders who are helping people in vulnerable communities build their credit, They are innovating in rural healthcare systems. They are working to end the cycle of homelessness. They are making strides towards education equality. They are providing career readiness to our veteran communities. And they are fighting for social justice, looking for everyday solutions to the most pressing challenges of our time. With that, I'm excited to share the premiere of our World of Good video, which demonstrates the essence of the Global Good Fund in 90 seconds.
With so much need in the world, and so many innovative ideas, how do you fund the good? We started with a dream to create unprecedented impact by investing in what makes the true difference: people.
The world needs positive force leaders today more than we have ever needed them.
Our goal? Supercharge entrepreneurs with the biggest, boldest solutions for how to change the world. Investing in leaders who envision a better future.
We can store this electricity in the 12 voltage battery.
And who tackle the most pressing social issues of our time. Because we know one person with one idea, backed by coaching and capital, produces exponential results. Expanding possibility for everyone.
We have connected thousands of kids.
At the Global Good Fund, we provide the network, training, and the financial resources our entrepreneurs need to grow. We join forces with their missions to create opportunity, community, and equity.
It's truly giving new life to our business.
Ultimately building a more sustainable and just world. As these entrepreneurs reach their potential, their impact is multiplied.
We've served over 20,000 patients,
creating a ripple effect of change that touches the lives of millions of people around the planet. This is how we create a new future. Now is the time. The good starts here.
This video shows the Global Good Fund at our core. We invest in the potential of ambitious, empowered leaders to create unprecedented impact around the globe. Like many of you, I'm sure, we did not imagine the world as it is today. As the world was closing down schools, shutting down businesses, and preventing physical gatherings from happening, the Global Good Fund decided that we needed to ramp up our work. Over the last several weeks, we've adapted our strategy to meet our social entrepreneurs where they are and help them address their most urgent needs to help fight the effects of this global pandemic. We went straight to our fellows. That was the first thing we did. We asked our fellows, what can we do to help you right now? How can we support you? And then we did what the Global Good Fund does best, which is we behaved nimbly and we adapted, we were flexible, and we responded with a growth mindset. The Global Good Fund developed new tactical programming, which was created in partnership with the Motley Fool Ventures. We launched a webinar series that has addressed topics from crisis communication to managing a team remotely. For all of you social entrepreneurs, which I see there are many participating this evening, these programs are free for you to review. They're on our website and they're available to our entire community at globalgoodfund.org. We also took our annual summit and moved the networking and the engagement components online, creating a first ever summit learning series virtually. And lastly, we created and launched an emergency fund. Through this fund, we have been able to issue grants to social entrepreneurs around the world, which has led to 464 jobs kept that would otherwise be lost. And to explain this a little bit, our entrepreneurs employ close to 2,000 people in some of the most vulnerable communities across the country and world. And because of COVID-19, many of these companies were going to have to do some level of layoffs. And because of the grants that you all helped made possible through our emergency relief fund, we were able to keep 464 people employed. Through the work of our social entrepreneurs, we were able to help 3,550 people be fed, receive meals, and 880 people were able to keep roofs over their heads who might otherwise be homeless. We're just getting started. Tonight, we want to introduce you to Abby Wamimo and Samir Goel, co-founders of Asusu Financial, who both participated in the Global Good Fund Fellowship at separate times. On a personal note, it has been a joy to witness Samir and Abby grow as entrepreneurs, as business leaders, grow their business, to deliver incredible impact and to become great friends. I am wildly impressed by the social impact that they've had growing their business, and I think you will be too, especially when you see what they're doing in response to this global pandemic. Take a look.
We really started out in America with essentially no money, no credit identity, and really nowhere to go.
When I got to the United States with my mother, we wanted to borrow money to afford my first year of college. So we borrowed money at over 400% interest rate.
Your credit score is essentially your lifeline in the US financial system. So if you don't have good credit, it's very hard to buy a home.
Home ownership has been the biggest driver of wealth in the United States. But there's a systematic inequality that prevents marginalized folks from getting access to loans. Today, we have an opportunity to right that wrong. We started Isusu with a simple premise. Your financial identity shouldn't determine where you end up in life.
We work with large multifamily owners and operators to capture rental payment data and report it into the credit bureaus to help tenants build and establish their credit scores. There's currently 45 million Americans that don't have a credit score today. We can unlock over $3 trillion in mortgages.
That in and of itself is not only good for the American economy, it's good for advancing and paving a permanent bridge to financial access and inclusion for everyone.
Our loan provider can look at someone and be like, wow, this person has rented their home for 20 years. I bet they're a really good bet for this mortgage product.
Access to housing is a basic human right. We need to collectively think about how we make sure it is accessible to everyone.
Access to housing is a basic human right, and now more than ever, people need shelter. How is it possible for people to live their full potential and survive without a safe place to sleep? We are very grateful that Abby and Samir are here with us tonight. Hi to Abby and Samir, thank you for being here.
Hi, Carrie. Thanks a lot for having us. We're incredibly excited, and go GGF family.
Thank you. So
thanks for having us, Carrie.
Yeah, so good to see you both. Abby, can you share with us how you're adapting Isusu to respond to COVID-19?
Absolutely, Carrie. So when COVID-19 happened, we found out of the 200,000 tenants we have in our universe with landlords, we found that 65% of these renters will not be able to meet their rent obligation. The ramifications of this is simple. This could lead to rapid evictions or homelessness. So to tackle this issue, we created a rent relief fund, which we got support from the Global Good Fund also. And from a tactical standpoint, we make sure we created measured risk management. At Isusu, we don't care about the 99% of what goes right. It is the 1% that can ruin our reputation. Hence why we paid attention to our people, technology, and the processes we have in place. Number two, our people are our most important asset. Caring for our people amidst the crisis, we made sure we paid attention to them, called them, and institute planning to make sure folks can work from home. And the last piece, with our rental relief fund, we strongly believe the best defense is a good offense. So the capital we've raised, we've gone out there to our landlords to make sure we can provide this rent relief so people can avoid homelessness.
That's amazing, Abby. Thank you for sharing that. Samir, would you share with us how it makes you feel knowing that you're helping people stay in their homes and preventing them from becoming homeless right now? How does that make you feel?
Thanks, Carrie. In a nutshell, it's both humbling and empowering. You know, COVID context aside, a platform like our Rent Relief Fund would have been tremendously beneficial to my family when we immigrated here from New Delhi and faced financial shocks. And so for Abby and I to play our small part in, you know, equipping communities like the ones that we're from really means a lot to us. And the last thing I'll say is part of our ethos is we really believe in we're all in this together. So it's an honor to be able to do this work alongside partners like the Global Good Fund.
Thank you. And before you both go, can you share what you want everyone on the line to know?
Absolutely. At this point, we want people to understand that we need to have moral courage. This is unprecedented times, and it's going to take each and every one of us to overcome this crisis. While we do that, we need to take care of ourselves and ask ourselves a simple question. Are we living the life we've been created to live?
Amazing. Well, thank you both so much for being part of this evening. And we really appreciate all the work you're doing in the face of COVID-19 and beyond.
Thanks so much, Carrie.
As I mentioned earlier, the Global Good Fund has supported more than 130 entrepreneurs, and I want to share a few more of their stories with you tonight. For example, we've supported Veronica Scott, who's the founder of the Empowerment Plan. Veronica's job is to break the cycle of homelessness through employment. She does that by providing training and job opportunities to homeless parents, mostly women, across Detroit, Michigan. And she does that by manufacturing sleeping bag coats for those in need. For any of you who may not be sure what a sleeping bag coat is, I became a happy customer of the Empowerment Plan and I'm a proud owner of a sleeping bag coat, which is a really nice looking coat, very warm, that can turn into a sleeping bag for folks who are homeless, for people who like camping, or for people who just really want a cool, beautifully designed coat that has a strong ethic behind it. In the face of COVID-19, Veronica has pivoted to create personal protective equipment for frontline healthcare workers. And she's also been able to keep all of her staff employed through this pandemic. And again, these are mostly women with dependents who are formerly homeless. We've also supported the work of Tom McDougall, a shout out to Tom, I see you're on tonight, of 4P Foods, whose company sources and delivers sustainably and ethically grown produce. Tom is working with regional partners to feed some of the Mid-Atlantic's most vulnerable communities. And he's doing that by empowering local organizations, food banks, and institutions to help small farms and companies connect with the people who are most in need. This is only a snapshot of our work and snapshot of the entrepreneurs that we serve. In Global Good Fund's 8-year history, we have received applications from 10,000 social entrepreneurs around the world. And we supported many brilliant innovators. And at the same time, there are thousands more incredible social entrepreneurs with immense potential who want the Global Good Fund in their corner, and we really want to be there. I think all of us can agree that we've felt the effects of this pandemic personally, whether it be in our businesses, in our home life, or in the well-being of our loved ones. And what the world needs right now in these unprecedented times is sure-footed leadership. We need leaders who are providing innovative solutions to the most vulnerable communities and the greatest challenges of our time. And that's why supporting the leadership capabilities of our entrepreneurs is more important today than ever before. This type of leadership isn't just taking place within our entrepreneurship community. It's also taking place with our philanthropic partners who are adapting to meet the needs of COVID-19. I'm really pleased to share with you an example of Smithfield Foods. They have been our partner funding our Veteran Entrepreneurs Program. And on a personal note, it's been such an honor to partner with Smithfield Foods to support and honor our military members who have transitioned to civilian life and are now creating businesses that further serve our communities. Take a look at what Smithfield Foods is up to. We would not be here today without our partners, including Smithfield Foods and their leadership with the veteran community. Thank you to these individuals and organizations who are generous supporters. Together, we have raised over $150,000 for our emergency relief campaign. Being part of this community and watching it come together has been both inspiring and really incredible to see it happen in such a short period of time. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our board of directors and our young executive council. I see all of you on tonight, 100% of our board members and our young executive leaders. Thank you for stepping up to support our efforts during COVID-19. You have been beacons of strength for me personally and the entire organization long before the pandemic, and I know you'll continue to be there long after the pandemic is over. We thank you for your leadership, your example, and your sustained commitment to the Global Good Fund. So now, where do we go from here? The Global Good Fund's work is just beginning. The world will continue to face challenges and disruptions, which is why, while our mission will not change, how we get there will. We have big plans for growing and moving forward. First, the Global Good Fund aims to triple the number of social entrepreneurs that we support annually through our Global Good Fund Fellowship. Second, we plan to invest heavily in underrepresented social entrepreneurs, specifically women and people of color. I think it makes the Global Good Fund unique that already half of the participants in our fellowship program are women, and 2/3 of our Global Good Fund Fellowship program are people of color. That's way above national averages as well as global averages for fellowship programs in social entrepreneurship. And we don't just focus domestically. We're a global fellowship program supporting people in over 30 countries across the world. We started this effort to support more women and people of color with the Women's Giving Circle started last year, and I see many of the Women Giving Circle members on tonight. So thank you for your leadership. Thanks to you, we were able to support 4 additional female founders in the 2020 fellowship. We look forward to continuing the Women's Giving Circle, as well as introducing new efforts to reach more underrepresented social entrepreneurs. And lastly, what you can expect from us is to expand the number and the diversity of our business mentors and our executive coaches. Our program is global, and it's important that the individuals who donate their time and resources to mentor and inspire our fellows reflect the diversity of our program participants. I don't know about you, but I want to live in a world where people can get access to the healthcare that they need. I want to live in a world where every child has access to quality education, no matter who they're born to. I want to know that every person has a roof over their head and healthy food to eat. I want to know that every child has what they need to succeed. I want to live in a world where there's healthy air to breathe and we take care of our elderly loved ones. I know that this world can exist when we invest in social entrepreneurs and when they are empowered to lead, when they have the tools they need to make their vision a reality. We invite you to join us in accomplishing this goal. We need your support. If you are inspired by what you've heard tonight and wish to make a contribution to the Global Good Fund to support our emergency relief efforts, a link to donate is now in the chat box. No gesture is too small, and I assure you that no gesture is too big either. Truly, every dollar helps. And I'm very excited to announce tonight that thanks to our generous sponsors, Kristen and Allison Chow, who are here tonight, and shout out to you ladies, every dollar pledged tonight, thanks to Kristen and Allison Chow, will be matched 100% dollar for dollar up to $25,000. So we encourage you to donate, and the funds raised here and through our rapid response campaign will help us support more entrepreneurs focused on building a more equitable, just world. I know that not everyone tonight may have the capacity to give financially, and we know that there are other ways to give. So I promise we will follow up with every single person and figure out how we can create a world of global good of global good together. So thank you for joining tonight. We know that this is a time that's scary, filled with loss and uncertainty for many people. And we also know that this is a time to dream big together. This is a world filled with possibility, and we invite you to be part of creating our future. This is a world full of leaders who have innovative ideas and solutions through their enterprises to the most pressing challenges of our time. And with your support, we know that the Global Good Fund and the entrepreneurs that we're so privileged to serve will be on the forefront of creating a world of good. And now I'm going to spend the next couple minutes, the remaining time we have, answering some questions that you've asked in the Q&A section. Thank you for being here. Thank you for paying attention. And now let's see what else you want to hear about. So Jamie, why don't you take it away with the questions?
Sure. We did get a lot of amazing questions, but it looks like we have time for 2. So first question is, are there particular types of social entrepreneurs or social businesses that you're looking for in the next class of fellows?
The Global Good Fund aligns with the Sustainable Development Goals. And so we make sure that the entrepreneurs that we support align with the world's goals for creating sustainable development. That said, we also take a cue from the market. So we believe that our social entrepreneurs who are applying to the fellowship program are on the front lines of solving the most pressing challenges of our time. So we are industry agnostic, we are geographically agnostic, and we know that the problems that you are solving are the ones that we need to be supporting. So we encourage you to apply. Actually, our fellowship application for 2021 opens on Monday, May 18th. And if you follow us on social media, you'll find an opportunity to apply. Jamie, do you want to ask one more question?
Yeah, I think we can close out with this one. What is the single best piece of advice you could offer to small business owners right now?
The best advice that someone gave me, which I'll share with you, is to ask for help and be specific about the way that other people, individuals, organizations can help you. What I'm finding is that people are generally well-intentioned and truly want to be supportive. People want to be part of something greater than themselves. And so if you can make it easy for other people to help you by being very specific about what you need, I think you'll find they're eager to help. I want to thank you for your questions. We are making a note of the questions that we weren't able to answer in the Q&A section. And if you'd like to ask me directly, you can email me at Carrie, carrie.r.rich, R-I-C-H, at globalgoodfund.org. We're going to close out tonight's virtual gathering now. I want to say once again, thank you so much for participating. Thank you for making this a global event, for taking time out of your day to be inspired and to join us in writing the next chapter of the Global Good Fund and a world of positive social good. Let's raise a glass and cheers to brighter days ahead for all of us. Have a great night. Thank you.